And that leads into Campaign 4. Campaign 4 is really it's sort of involved in the timeline because it involves Garrett Rayjack, who is ironically appeared the most out of any Rayjack family member. More than any other, he has appeared the most. Garrett was a berserker who was also insane, just like the Blood Snake. Only his insanity was a little bit more controlled, specifically by his wife, who was Delodius Rex, who was Zuper's character. So we were actually married in that campaign, for Campaign 4. We had a kid of sorts, an adopted kid, who was Jaden's assaholic bitch character. He was like a little shitty elf kid who constantly berated Garrett. For good reason. Garrett was not exactly a great father of sorts, an adoptive father. And the fourth character was Sarakuna, whose name was given near the end of the campaign. And Sarakuna was strange. She is either a figment of Garrett's imagination or she was real. The character was able to interact with her. Sarakuna could do damage, but she very rarely did, and I would say that only Garrett ever directly referenced her, though I'm not 100% certain. The punchline of this campaign is that the entire thing was essentially a dream. We were tasked with going inside of a cave of sorts and sort of retrieving, I believe, a treasure of some form. And essentially what happens, or no, it was we were given this cave and go explore it for treasure. Garrett was like, oh fuck yeah, I'll go explore it for treasure, and beating the shit out of people. And everyone just sort of followed Garrett. Essentially what happened though, is that it turned out to all be a dream by the wizard who tasked us, or at least showed us the way toward this cave. And that wizard flew away on a glitch snake of some form into the sky. Not a dragon, mind you. It was a glitch snake that was trapped inside Sarakuna's, whatchamacallit. I don't remember. The thing that traps things like a Pokeball, but it can break, and then, the monster breaks out. It can only be used once. That thing. Again, I probably will put the name on the screen. But point is, it turned out to all be a dream. There was an annoying boss encounter at the very end. Probably the worst boss we've had. It was a fledgling, or hatchling, whatever the word is for a dragon, a whelpling, that's what it is, a whelpling that was more like a creation dragon at this point, because it was able to throw a 99 Power Blast fireball that traveled in 2 to 3 lines and obliterated everything in a 50 space radius. That dragon was overpowered as shit, and only through the use of a group of kobolds we found near the very end of the campaign were we able to sort of suppress the dragon, get it to fly away with 1 wing left. We beat the shit out of the dragon near the end, but that's mostly because me and Jaden were able to suppress it by going into the tabletop settings and making it have no gravity. It was very effective, and Jaden was not able to counter it, despite being the GM, so... Yeah, no, it was a weird campaign. And it all turned out to be totally pointless. It might have been an EXP trip. I'm not sure if it was a dream or an EXP trip, but that's essentially what happened with Campaign 4. Drop my iPad, let's drink some milk.